I made Lauren watch Wayne's World on this episode of So I Married a Millennial.
So I married a millennial. Now I'm watching all the things he knows. So I married a millennial. I married a millennial.
My name is Jeremy Levy, and this is my lovely wife,
Lauren Levy.
And we are both millennials on opposite sides of the spectrum, and I realized Lauren had never seen any of the movies of my childhood, so now we are going back and I'm making her watch all of them, and then she gets to tell me how much she thought they were fine. Today we are watching the 1992 classic Wayne's World. Wayne's World. You want to hear about Wayne's World, babe?
Baby, I know about Wayne's World. I watched it.
All right, well, let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has to say about Wayne's World. Two slacker friends, Wayne and Garth, host a quirky public access TV show from Wayne's basement. Their goofy antics catch the attention of slick TV producer who offers to buy the show. As Wayne and Garth get swept into the world of big-time television, they realize the producer has shady intentions, especially when he tries to steal Wayne's rock musician girlfriend, Cassandra. The friends must fight to regain control of their show and help Cassandra's band succeed. With absurd humor, catchphrases, and plenty of fourth wall breaking, Wayne's World is a celebration of friendship, rock and roll, and not selling out. Party on.
Party on.
That was a very entertaining synopsis.
It was.
I didn't write it. Rotten Tomatoes score 79% critic score.
Wow.
Not bad. Not too bad.
Yeah.
84% audience score.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's solid.
That's very solid. That's like high. Not high. I mean, I get it, but
yeah.
That's substantial.
Makes sense. On a budget of $20 million, it had a worldwide gross. Are you ready for this, babe? What do you think it is?
100 million.
100 million?
Yeah.
Close. 183.1. Very important. $0.1 million. It was a massive hit.
Wow.
And no one saw it coming. This was like the first SNL sketch turned big time movie. And no one knew what to expect. No one really wanted to make it. And it just obliterated expectations and became this like weird cultural.
That was so kind. You said I was close when I was off $83 million.
I mean, you were in triple digits.
Yeah, that's fair. But I love you were like close.
It wasn't not close.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So tell me your thoughts on Wayne's World.
This was one I feel like definitely everyone was very shocked that I had not seen this movie.
Mm-hmm.
We texted my cousins, Mike and Dan.
Right.
Shout out if you're watching or listening. Because they are your age and grew up in Chicago. And I truly was watching it and I was like, I feel like this must have been very influential for you as like preteen and teenage boys. And I believe it was Dan who so succinctly said, no shit.
That sounds very Dan.
But yeah, it was just so like such dude comedy. But I knew like being... I also feel like the Chicago element, I was like, oh, this must be, sorry, rest of the world, what people feel like, because New York is like that all the time. Everything takes place in New York.
Or LA, right.
Yeah, so I was like, way to go, Chicago. Like, I was like, way to go. I was like happy to see it was set in Chicago. It was cute, made me happy.
Yeah.
The very first thing that I wrote down was, I think Phil is dying.
Oh, yeah. He partied too hard. He partied himself out.
He partied too hard. But Phil looked really unwell. That was like an initial, I was like, is Phil going to die? I was very concerned about Phil's welfare.
Again, we try not to talk during the movie, but immediately you were like, is that guy going to die?
I was really worried about Phil.
Yeah.
I find it impossible that this many hot women would be into them.
Ah, yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
I can't. But it is like clearly a fantastical world, and maybe nothing more fantastical than that. Also, that's what happens when you are the star and the writer.
Yeah, 100%. Which suddenly
amazing, beautiful women are really into you. Makes total sense.
It was very funny. I knew it was a convention of the world, but it was very funny. Also, the fact of like that they had a show in general. I think at the start, clearly all of my notes, I was bringing way too much logic into what is essentially an extended SNL sketch.
Correct.
I was bringing far too much. I'm like, why would they have a show? Like, who would give them a show?
Well, do you? What is your understanding of public access cable television?
It was like easier to get them, right? Like there was like a lower threshold of entry.
Well, it was completely, so basically like public access was it was funded by the states or fund. So New York used to have public access television, and literally it was everything was paid for by the state. It was literally public access. And you just had to apply for a show. Like you just like fill out paperwork basically, but there was no network to tell you that you couldn't do anything. And there was, I believe, at least in New York, there were no limits as to what you could do. So on cable TV in New York in the 90s and early 2000s, you would just flip on public access and just see nudity, like full on nudity.
So that was the only things you were watching, huh?
Critters too. I played the fifth. But yeah, I mean, that was the beauty of public access, was that like any
nudity. That was the beauty.
Yes,
of
that was the beauty of it.
It
was, what was it? Robin Bird, I think was her name. Robin Bird had a show. She was not, no one was attractive. It's not what you are thinking. It was a lot of very unattractive naked people on public access TV.
Sure.
And that was, let's call it the beauty of it. But I mean, that's the idea, is that like any schlub could have a show and no one could stop them, which is kind of what fuels this.
This does make a little more logic that I'm trying to bring to this comedy.
Right.
Thank you, my type A brain.
Sure. No.
Thanks you.
Well, it hadn't occurred to me that you really wouldn't know what public access was, because you had no experience with that.
No. There are so many, as always, not always, but has been the case with this show and us getting to see these.
Right.
So many things that you quote all the time. This one in particular, so many things that I had no idea that that's what this was from. I like what you've done here.
Oh, yep. Oh,
I like what you've done here. When we didn't talk about it, I just was looking at you like,
I do that bit all the time.
All the time.
I like what you've done here.
Yep. Camera 1, camera 2.
Oh, yep.
Camera 1, camera 2, very popular. Another one, which was actually not one that you say all the time, though, but one that I realized my dad says about Hassenpfeffer Incorporated.
Yes.
But then I said that out loud, and you said, we'll talk about it on the show, but I need you to know that that's a Carol Burnett thing.
No, it was the Mary Tyler Moore
Mary
show.
Tyler Moore, the other.
It's okay.
The other old white lady show.
Right. It's fine.
Okay, it's Mary Tyler Moore.
It was the opening to the Mary Tyler Moore show, which, in fairness, also predates me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like me. Yes,
I mean, all of that predates me too. And one of the things that I was struck with watching this again, because I was 10 when this came out, so like there are a lot of topical references.
Did you see this in theaters when you were 10?
Yeah, twice. One time when my uncle snuck us in after seeing another movie.
That tracks. Is this the movie that you think of when you think of Mike Myers and Dana Carvey?
Yeah.
Would this be?
Yeah. Yeah,
probably
totally.
What most people think of. I just need you to know that I think of Shrek for Mike Myers.
That makes absolute sense.
And I think one, which I have pitched, and I do think we should do at some point, because I don't know why you haven't seen this, but the Dana Carvey movie, Master of Disguise.
I'm aware of this.
Which was weirdly a cult classic, I don't think in the world, but specifically in the Camerling household.
Yeah.
I've seen that, I can quote like that whole movie. So that's what I think of Dana Carvey from.
We're going to have to do an episode.
I think that movie was like pretty universally panned outside of my household.
Yeah.
So I think
it actually killed Dana Carvey's movie career. No one ever let him be in a movie ever again.
It's perfect. It stands up. I will be taking no questions until we
Alright.
get to that episode. But I think that's I was like, this is probably what other people think of Dana Carvey. And I'm in Mike Myers, and I'm like Shrek and Master of Disguise.
Yeah,
all the way.
I mean, that was my cast of SNL growing up. It was
That's crazy.
Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, Phil Hartman, who we've talked about, died tragically. We don't need to get into it. David Spade, Tim Meadows, which you know from Mean Girls.
From Mean Girls,
There,
yep.
See,
yep.
look at the commonality. That's why we're doing this. Yeah, I mean, this was very much like this was the zeitgeist.
I mean, to be clear, I'm very familiar that this is a very famous movie.
Right.
I would just say not certainly one that my parents were like jonesing to share with me. It just was one of those things where I had just missed it. Which in another one, my last note that I put, which you can talk about now or during your section if you want. But when we were at a convention recently, I got to see the scene that you were referencing when we were speaking with all of the hobbits.
Yes.
Which I had not seen, and everyone laughed, and I just had to be like,
I mean, to say everyone laughed is very generous.
There was a slight chuckle. There was a chuckle, babe. There was a chuckle. Don't sell yourself short.
But to give some backstory, we did a convention in Phoenix, the Phoenix Fan Fusion.
Shout out.
And we were there with actual celebrities, but some of those people were the cast of Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, and we found ourselves in a green room with them, and we struck up a conversation with Sean Astin and Elijah Wood, Billy Boyd, and Dominic Monaghan. So he said they were trying to figure out why Phoenix was a city. So they all sort of threw out their ideas on why they thought Phoenix was a city. Sean Astin hops on ChatGPT, and he goes, here is the answer, and then begins this dissertation on the city of Phoenix and how it came to be. And we are sitting there.
Well, I was in the bathroom for the first part. So I had to ask you after the fact. I was like, why was Sean Astin reading like the history of Phoenix off of ChatGPT when I came?
I was sitting there with some of the most iconic movie characters ever to grace the silver screen. And you walk over and it is me and Sean Astin giving a dissertation on the history of Phoenix. I'm looking around at Elijah Wood and Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan, and everyone's just like,
polite. It was very polite nodding.
They seemed very interested. They seemed very engrossed, and I was following suit. And when Sean Astin finished, there was a beat. I am known to fill in the beats.
Aren't you just?
When they happen. And I said, this is like the scene in Wayne's World where Wayne and Garth meets Alice Cooper, and they're very excited to meet their idol, and he ends up just giving them a lecture about the formation of Milwaukee.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
And it got
a chuckle.
It got a slight chuckle.
It got a chuckle.
I don't know that I would call it a laugh.
It got a chuckle.
It definitely got a chuckle.
It got a chuckle. And now, having seen it, it was an apt reference.
It
absolutely was.
Thank you.
It absolutely was.
Thank you.
It was an honor to be full circle and really understand.
Our name is signed into the history books. So Rob Lowe is in this. Rob Lowe plays the slimeball producer. Yeah. And you probably know Rob Lowe from like Parks and Rec or no? How do you know Rob Lowe? Or do you know Rob Lowe?
I found myself wondering how I did know Rob Lowe. I know what he looks like now, but I was like, apologies. I was like, he's hot. What's going on?
Okay, all right. Okay. All right. I mean, he is. He is
I mean,
hot.
He's
an
very hot.
man.
I was like, what? I was like,
I'll tell you right now, babe. If Rob Lowe knocked on that door, I can't be held accountable for the life decisions I would make at that point.
Okay. Let's run that back.
Okay.
I actually don't know what I know Rob Lowe from.
So I feel like a lot of people today would know him from Parks and Recreation.
I guess that's like the thing that I would think of.
So Rob Lowe was like part of the Brat Pack. He was a huge star in the 80s with all of those guys from a lot of the movies that we have been watching.
Yeah.
He was a huge star. He was in The Outsiders movie.
Yes, that's also like another thing. That's a
and
biggie.
in 1988, he filmed himself making sex with two girls in Miami, I believe. And when he was in the bathroom, the girls took the tape and ran off.
I was unfamiliar with this part of Rob Lowe's lore.
So they stole the tape. They tried to sell it, but no one wanted to buy it. So they released the tape to the public. Here is the thing. Rob Lowe was 24 at the time. One of those girls was 16.
No, Rob.
I think he was in Atlanta, actually.
No, Rob.
Because the age of consent was 14 in Georgia at the time. It was a big scandal, and his career was over. Like, absolutely over. No, he didn't work for years. He was toxic. No one called him until Wayne's World. And they called him to play this role in Wayne's World, and it kick-started his career again. And now it's like, he's had a very long career, and he's very much celebrated. Matt O'Dowd met him in in Egypt
of all
randomly.
places.
I think the performances of both Mike Myers and Dana Carvey are fantastic.
They're very fun. They really are very funny.
They are fully fleshed out characters.
They really are.
They are very specific. Their commitment to the physicality, especially
Dana Carvey. Especially Dana.
There's the scene where he's doing the Foxy dance.
Oh my God.
When he is courting I love you, dream woman. And there's a scene where like he starts pelvic thrusting.
Yeah.
And upon the first pelvic thrust, he seems almost surprised by his own pelvic thrusting.
I feel like this is how you were saying, like, the Lizzie McGuire movie was not made for you. Wayne's World was not made for me, but I had fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably more fun than you had watching the Lizzie McGuire movie.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth on that one. Tia Carrere plays Cassandra. She didn't have a huge career. She was in the movie True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, we gotta watch that one too, babe. That one's good. We gotta put that on the list. Okay. It is that is a classic. But she did all of her own singing in this. That was really
she was
her
great
singing. Yeah, she was awesome. All of the performances are so good. Even like the weird cameo by Ed O'Neill, the guy who runs the donut shop, who you might now know from Modern Family.
Yeah, it was like the guy from Modern Family.
Yeah, exactly. I know him from Married with Children. There were lots of topical 90s references, and I want to throw some of these at you.
I'm sure. I feel like there were some of them I got, a lot of them I didn't, I'm sure.
Okay. The Grey Poupon bit.
No. Okay,
so they pull up next to that. I feel like I've made this joke also, but we have literally bought Grey Poupon.
My sweet, you make a lot of jokes.
That is fair. That is fair. There was a commercial in the 90s where like one rich limo pulls up to another one and they roll down the window and goes, "Pardon me.
Pardon me. Would you have any Grey Poupon?"
But of course. Grey Poupon.
Okay, I did not know we were referencing
the guy
something.
Says, "Oh, but of course." The clapper was in there.
Oh, the clapper I'm familiar with because I think also as you are a lover of lights.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm familiar. I never had a clapper. I was familiar because it was one of those like kind of wacky, in retrospect, we're like, why were all the lights like that?
Right.
Familiar with the clapper's work.
Okay, great. We got that one.
One.
Nuprin, little, yellow, different, was also a callback to a very popular commercial campaign at the time.
Great.
Very, very, very niche. But the big one, I feel like, because you looked at me and you were like, what the fuck just happened? In the movie, Wayne gets pulled over by a police officer, and then you see someone trudge up to the door, and he takes off the helmet, and it's Robert Patrick, and he holds up a picture of a boy, and he goes, "Have you seen this boy?" And Wayne screams and tears off. Yeah. And you were like, what the hell just happened? So that is a reference to Terminator 2, which had just come out, I think, the year before.
Okay.
Or something. It was very, very, very topical. At the time. The soundtrack rocks. Fun fact, I owned this soundtrack.
Was it a cassette?
No, it was on CD.
Was it?
It was one of the first CDs
vinyl
that I had ever owned. Because I was like, oh, I know this music. It's from that movie that I saw.
Love that for you. Love that for 10-year-old Jeremy.
In the movie theater. Should we do some trivia?
Yeah, tell me things.
It was a monster hit, clearly.
Immediately?
Yes.
Immediately. Okay.
It took the world by storm. No one saw it coming. It has remained like sort of a touchdown. They rushed a sequel into production. So this came out in 92. Wayne's World 2 came out in 1993.
Wow. That is quick.
They rushed.
How is the sequel?
The sequel is not as well regarded as the original.
Ain't that always the way?
There are some funny bits. There are some memorable bits in there. It is not as well regarded, and it made half the money.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That the first one did. So there's a very famous bit at the beginning, the Bohemian Rhapsody sing-along in the car, which is the first time I'd ever heard that song. And this movie is actually credited with bringing Queen back into the conversation, because I didn't know anything about, I was 10 years old,
well, you were
but
10.
I didn't know anything about, I don't know anything about Queen. But that car ride has become very, very iconic. The headbanging,
it was very funny.
You will now see whenever someone does Bohemian Rhapsody at karaoke, which they will, because they always do. When it gets to the part with the guitars, you will see everyone start headbanging, and that is a reference.
I didn't realize that was another one where I had no idea that was from this.
Yeah.
A real cultural moment.
It was a real cultural moment. Oh, this is the one. This is the trivia that I found, and then I watched it live, and I was like, oh my God.
You said you wanted to tell me, you were like, there's something that I have for trivia, and I was like, no, save it. But
yes,
share now.
I could not believe it until I was watching it live. So there is the scene where Wayne learns Cantonese. Yep. And he is talking to Tia Carrere, who actually speaks Cantonese. He was not speaking Cantonese. He was just doing a very offensive impression of someone doing something that sounded like Chinese.
Oh my God.
Ding hi, Dick Van Patten. Gone. Yo, Sir Gone.
Oh, that's so bad.
That is really, really, and watching
because it goes on for so long. Like it's like funny because the little bit is, which everyone else has seen this movie, I'm sure, but he is like trying to learn this one thing, and then they start having what we think is a full conversation, which sounds to us not speaking Cantonese. That is so bad.
Yeah, it is really, really cringy.
That didn't hold up well.
But Rob Lowe speaks it, and I feel like Rob Lowe actually did learn
I bet
Cantonese
he did.
because that sounded much more dialed in.
It also didn't go on. It was like, he said like a sentence.
Right.
And that conversation, I was like, wow, they really learned a lot of I was like, they learned a lot of Cantonese for this.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Unless the internet led me astray, which, again, blanket statement for this podcast.
We don't speak.
Please don't sue us.
No.
We don't know things that good.
B, we don't
broke
speak Cantonese.
anyways.
C, we broke.
And we broke. You won't get any money from us. No. It's not even worth the hassle. So Mike Myers created these characters for SNL. Mm-hmm. Mike Myers, by all accounts, is a very nice person. My sister ran into him getting a pedicure. Like one time he was like getting a pedicure, and he was like being very funny and very sweet and very charming, and everyone's like, oh, he's a great guy.
Did she go Shrek?
I doubt it.
Okay, fair enough.
I doubt it. Mike Myers has a reputation for being an absolute fucking nightmare to work with.
Really?
Yes. Especially...
It's very specific?
Yes.
Okay.
He is a perfectionist. He wants things his way. He's very temperamental. And he drove everybody crazy on the set
That's sad.
of this movie. The director didn't want to come back for the second one. While developing the character, Mike Myers originally didn't want to share the limelight with Dana Carvey. Myers had originally created Wayne as a solo character while performing with Second City. But when Mike joined Saturday Night Live in order to get the sketch off the ground, he needed to pair up with an already established cast member, so the character of Garth was added for Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
But he didn't even want him there.
I feel like this would genuinely be so much less interesting also if it was just about one guy. I feel like them as a duo is such a more interesting thing than just like being like, oh good, it's a movie about a dude.
Yeah, and
like,
Dana Carvey just brings so
Yeah.
much, arguably more than he
Absolutely.
does. Which is
I
probably,
wouldn't even say arguably. I would say like objectively. Like,
which is
anyone going to fight with me? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably what he was afraid of.
Yeah.
So, in trivia, the character of Garth was barely in the original script. Dana Carvey would add more to his character in the script, only to find out that Mike Myers would then take his ideas out.
Poor Dana Carvey.
This caused Carvey to quit the movie just weeks before shooting.
Whoa.
He had to be convinced to come back, which he obviously did. However, Carvey would return only if Mike Myers agreed on 2 conditions. He wanted free reign to ad-lib on set and to contribute to the development of his character, which Myers agreed to both.
Wow. Never would have gathered. Like, it seemed like they worked. I mean, like, I never would have picked up on that, I feel like.
They are not really friends.
It sounds like this ruined it.
They never were.
Well, they never were even before.
They never really were friends, and to the extent that they were, there was a real rift between them. Dana Carvey does an impression of Lorne Michaels, and everyone loved his impression of Lorne Michaels, and it was very sort of specifically unto that. One day, Dana Carvey started watching a movie called Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, and could not help but notice that a character named Dr. Evil was doing his exact impression of Lorne Michaels. So he accuses Mike Myers of stealing his impression to make Dr. Evil.
Yikes.
And he said that put the kibosh on their friendship for
understandably
years and years and years and years.
Understandably.
I think since then they've kind of come back together to some extent. But no, they were never really friends, which is so weird to me.
Yeah. Because
I grew up with this and I just assumed that they were like
besties.
Yeah. You want to hear what other people thought of this movie?
Yeah, tell me.
At the time? Great. So Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times says, I walked into Wayne's World expecting a lot of dumb, vulgar comedy, and I got plenty. But I also found what I didn't expect, a genuinely amusing, sometimes even intelligent undercurrent. He praised its sly humor, inside jokes, and goofiness, noting the film works. We love that.
Agreed.
Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times headlined with, Wayne's World, awesome, not.
Oh.
See what he did there?
Oh.
You see what he did?
Yeah.
He argued that while the original SNL skit worked in context, the feature-length film felt awkward and dragged out in its premise.
Critics, man.
What are you going to do? Feed him to the lions, I say.
And now, may I share with you
yes, please do.
My, the popular Letterboxd reviews.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is by Patrick Willems.
Mm-hmm.
Garth low-key builds a robot in this movie, and we don't talk about that enough.
So apparently, because yes, it was totally weird. Dana Carvey has said that the undercurrent was that he was building that robot to kill Benjamin, which is why when the robot starts going crazy around Benjamin, he starts banging it with a hammer to kill it. This is what Dana Carvey has said about that moment.
I love that. But I just love that. They were like, we don't really talk about them. We talk a lot about this movie. We don't talk about that enough.
We honestly don't. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for bringing this to everyone's attention. Another one by Captain Morgan said, if the people who don't like this movie were an ice cream flavor, they'd be pralines and dick.
Good. Good. Excellent.
And then the third one from the popular is by Eric Sizaka, and it's the guy from the diner. It's one of his quotes. This is, why is it that if a man kills another man in battle, it's called heroic, yet if he kills a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder? Which, that man, very scary.
Yeah.
That whole character angle, very scary.
Yeah.
Just came into just terrifying. But
Did
he
his
gave
job,
it.
understood the assignment.
He gave it a 5-star.
Oh, nice.
With that review.
Great.
So,
Great. Well, that said, what is your final review of Wayne's World 1992? 2 years before your birth.
2 years before my birth. I was not even a twinkle yet.
No.
My parents weren't married yet, even. I had a good time. It was definitely some what the fuck bro comedy at some points, but I thought the cast was really talented. I thought it was really fun. It had really great moments. It clearly had a lot of things that not only just you, special boy, reference all the time, but like big cultural moments that people reference. And it was honestly a classic that I was glad to finally be in on the conversation.
Well, good.
I was happy to connect some dots. I would describe this one as like an actually good movie.
I agree. I was actually almost kind of surprised how well it held up outside of the dated references. But yeah, I mean, it has a vibe all its own. It creates a world that we buy into where, anything can kind of happen, but also like, and I feel like I say this a lot, but I'm always surprised when they build in like actual character development and stakes.
100%.
And I know you were invested too, because when the first time Benjamin calls Cassandra, out of your mouth flew, "Oh no." So you were invested.
I was absolutely invested. I was absolutely in. I was absolutely invested.
I think it's great. I honestly, I loved it. I was laughing my ass off.
We both were.
It was great.
Even with, I didn't get all of the cultural moments because they were very much of that time, but I didn't think I needed to. I had a great time. I'm happy to be a part of the conversation finally.
Nice. You did
Thanks,
it. Party
honey.
on.
Party on.
Excellent. All right. Well,
are you Wayne or Garth?
I'm probably Wayne. You have the long blonde hair. I feel like that was a gimme.
I'm Garth. Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. Also, did you say pralines earlier?
What do you call them?
Pralines. Oh, we're going to have to unpack that later. We are on...
I think that's a South thing.
Oh. So is seceding from the Union. So...
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do that. You said pralines, which is worse. We are on social media.
Yep.
We are, what are we
TikTok,
on?
Instagram.
Keep going.
The YouTubery.
Threads. We're on Threads.
Are we?
Yeah, we're on. I think because I post on Instagram, so it automatically goes to Threads.
Okay, great.
So technically, we are on there.
Great, I learned something new today.
And I think I think I started a Blue Sky account, but I haven't posted yet. But much to look forward to.
But we're there.
But
we're there.
We're out in these internet streets.
So true. So well put. Eloquent.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Baby.
Follow us.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next episode, which is gonna be. We don't know. We don't know what the next episode's gonna be. So we can't wait to find out either. We'll see you then.
Bye.
So I married a millennial.